Does that mean Yahweh Shai, after 1,000 years, he's gonna translate too? That means that mean that he when we see him as he is, after 1,000 years, we ain't gonna see him as he is. We gonna see him as somebody else now.
It's just so more. It's just been more confusion, bro.
Yeah, confusion.
You have niggas second guessing the power of Yahweh Shai. Like, come on, the Lord can do what he wants. But like the scripture says, I will give them their delusions. He's putting that delusion out there for Sakari and their followers to believe. They teach some of the truth, but they don't got 100% truth, man. That's why they got to use these gimmicks and this new wine to try to bring people in. And when the scriptures is simple, you know?
Hey, that's why it says not to eat too much honey, or to search out your own glory is not glory, man. That's the reason why they do it. They do it for glory. Okay?
Knowledge puffeth up.
Knowledge puffeth up, yeah. All right. If somebody could go back to 1 Corinthians 15, because I think we didn't read the 54th verse. Somebody can read 53 again.
Absolutely.
And go back to that.
All right, 1 Corinthians 15, and I'm going to start up again, or start at what verse, bro?
53.
53. For this corruptible must put on incorruptible, and this mortal must put on immortality.
Now, when you read that in the NLT translation, it says, for our dying bodies must be transformed into bodies that will never die. Our mortal bodies must be transformed into immortal bodies. They can't decompose. They can't. It's forever. Unless you're saying that we're gonna have a spiritual closet in the heavens.
Take
every
one off.
1,000 years we're gonna take it off and
hang it
up on the
another
hanger.
one.
The Most High, like I got you.
I got your new birthday gift.
After 1,000 years,
I want the one I had in my first 1,000, man.
Yeah.
I like this one better.
Dry cleaning.
Yeah, like, man.
Stop it.
We're gonna have angels trying it out and
We're pressing it for
pressing
you.
it.
I'm gonna make you more muscles this time. Stop. We being funny, but this how silly an ideology that they're coming up with.
All right, verse 54. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory?
And what is death? You know, changing from terrestrial to the celestial. That's death. You know, that transition from your mortal body to celestial immortal body. That's death.
Pretty much.
Transition.
So, and really, in essence, you really don't die. It's just you just transform.
Your flesh.
Your flesh goes back into the ground. That's the cycle, and then you go back to the spiritual realm. But the bodies that we getting ready to get, that's not going back into the ground. You know.
How suck to have to start over, have to learn this all over again, like learn to walk and cry and titty milk, and I don't want to start that shit over.
Yeah, you got to go back to being a newborn.
Yeah, I don't want to do that shit.
Nah, man.
You get to your year 1,000, and you're like, damn,
Yeah.
I gotta go back now, man.
Right.
See you on the other side.
What?
Oh, shit, yo. Now, because it talked about the victory, right? That's when basically you overcame the wicked one. You overcame the devil, the beast. You got the victory. You know? If you go to Revelation, the 20th chapter, when the beast gets destroyed, it says that death and hell was cast into the lake of fire.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be the final moment of death reigning over the nation of Israel.
That's right.
So we're not going to experience death after that. That's pretty much a wrap. Go to it real quick.
And to most of these jakes, that's unfathomable to think that you're never gonna die. You know what I'm saying? But going to happen. It's written. You know, the Most High is a man that he shall not lie. So if faith ain't built up, you're not going to really believe.
20 and
You ask a question?
12.
No. Oh, he had a question, brother.
Also, if I can read Revelation 20 chapter.
I was already about to have him read it. That's the spirit.
You said verse 9, right?
No.
12.
Oh, come. This is on Revelations 20 and 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, and the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life.
Yep.
And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books.
Yep. The
Accord-
resurrection. Go ahead. And this is the second death. Those that's going to resurrect to everlasting life, and then those that's going to wake up to basically
Condemnation.
destruction. They're going to get destroyed, and then they're going to come back in shame. All right, go ahead.
according to the works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it. And death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them.
The grave. Go ahead.
And they were judged, every man according to his works,
Yep.
to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire.
Yep.
This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire.
You wasn't in the book of life. You wasn't. Your name isn't written in heaven. You're not of the elect. That's going to be your final judgment. Okay. You're going to die in that missile fire. But after that, that's going to be the end of death for the sons of the power, the Israelites. Okay. Now keep reading to the next chapter. Because at this moment, that's when the victory also is taking place. Okay? They're going to be rejoicing over the fact that they made it. You know? They're going to be at the wedding feast, so to speak, the wedding ceremony. The bridegroom finally being reunited with the bride. Go ahead.
Chapter 21. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea.
Yep.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down power out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Yeah, it is. Go ahead.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them.
So that means that the Lord is going to be dwelling with us here in the earth. His presence is going to be amongst us here on the earth. Because back then, his presence used to be in the temple, the physical temple, where you have to have the Holy of the Holies. You know, you have to have the Ark of the Covenant up in there, and so on and so forth. Well, the Lord, with his sacrifice, he did away with that. So now he's going to dwell with us. We're going to be the temples.
You'll be in us.
We actually are. We are the temple, but he's going to be in us. That's why it says in Isaiah, Isaiah the 45th chapter, where it talks about how the Egyptians, the men of stature, the Sabians, and they're going to bow to us. They're going to say, "Surely there is a God
In thee.
in thee or within thee."
Yeah.
I got it.
That's when they're going to see it, man.
It's Isaiah 45 and 14. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, the labor of Egypt and merchandise of Ethiopia and of the Sabians and of stature shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine. They shall come after thee in chains, they shall come over thee, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, Surely Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is in thee, and there is none else. There is no power.
Wait, read that part again.
Saying, Surely Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is in thee, and there is none else. There is no God.
So even they're going to see it, man. And that's how that's why it talks about the manifestation of the sons of God. We're gonna go back to our former estate. Remember, there was three classifications: the sons of the power, which that came down from Adam. Then you have the sons of men, and then you have the sons of the wicked. You see, we're still the sons of God, but we're just in a change of darkness right now. We shall die like men. We're guys that can die. We still die. But when the Lord restores us back to that state, we won't die. Guess what? Because originally, before what happened in the garden took place, we were made to be immortal.
Yep. And then when the serpent and Eve got together, they created that sin situation, and that's when we begin to die.
And it spring forward the corruption in
Yep.
us. And that corruption is what led to the deterioration of our lifespans.
Here it
That's
is.
why we stopped living all those hundreds of years, and the Lord reduced it down to 120 years, and then even down to 80 years.
Yep.
And our stature is a lot smaller than from back then.
So if that's true, why would we not get forever bodies? If he can do that to take away time out the body, why would he not just give us forever bodies? There's ancient stories about people living forever. Why would he not just give us that?
Right.
Solve the whole thing. We gotta learn this all over again. That's what I don't understand. You people think low.
Pure confusion, man. All right, now.
Oh, I gotta select. I gotta get this one. I've been trying to let him slide, but this brother's killing him. This is GMS Spiritual Arc 144K. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 23. For the Most High created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. He's killing
You're
you.
gonna say that the next verse, through envy the devil came death into the world.
You put it. You put it. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 24. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. Yep.
Exactly.
God.
So hey, and that shows you that the Lord wanted it to go that way.
Yep.
All right, so that we can go through the experience of knowing both good and evil.
Of being able to judge a immortal people.
Exactly. Because remember, when Adam and Eve ate of the tree, then the Alahayim was commencing amongst themselves, saying, "Hey, these guys, they become like unto us,
Yeah.
knowing both good and evil." You see? Because hey, that part the serpent didn't lie about.
Yep.
He told Eve, and that's what seduced her. Like, damn. So if I eat of it, I'm gonna become like a god. I'm gonna be a goddess. I'm gonna have power equal with the man. That's what happened. But the Lord caused that to happen to show His duality. He wanted that to take place. All right. But He brought us down and subjected us to the hope that we're gonna be restored back to that before we fell as a nation. Okay. So go back to that in Revelation 21.
Back in Revelations 21, and I'll continue and I'll start on verse 3 again.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven say, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and He will dwell with them, and they shall be His people, and the Most High Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai shall be with them, and be their power. And Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death.
And there shall what?
And there shall be no more death.
Because you already got the victory over it. Through Yahweh Shai, he won that for you.
Death for the Israelites. Not heathens still gonna die.
They're still gonna die.
Edomites are still gonna die. There's still Edomites and heathens. They're still gonna be in these bodies.
Yeah.
You know.
That's That's it, man. So it's not going to be any death.